Hello everyone. So today we are going to study about the muscle contractions. So muscle contractions. एक मिनट, आपका कल एग्जाम है तो अगले 5 मिनट में इस टॉपिक को जल्दी से रैप अप करते हैं that you can study other topics as well. So what are contractions? Any kind of lengthening, shortening, tightening of the muscle when we perform any kind of activity is basically known as contraction. Contraction can be done by activation of the motor units upon any kind of sensory stimulus or smooth muscle contraction. Physiology we'll study some other day in some other video. Right now we have to study about the types of muscle contractions. So there are basically 3 types of muscle contractions: isometric, isotonic and isokinetic. First of all you need to make it very clear कि iso का मतलब क्या होता है. Iso मतलब equal. Okay, so iso means equal. So when we talk about the isometric, and metric means length, so basically isometric means similar length, isotonic means similar tone, and isokinetic means similar velocity or equal velocity. So iso means equal, metric means length, tonic means tone, and kinetic means velocity. So let's study each of them one by one. So now we have to study about the isometric contraction. Iso का मतलब होता है equal और metric का मतलब होता है length. जब हमारे किसी भी muscle belly की length remains the same and it is under tension or under some kind of contraction, it is known as isometric contraction. So basically, if I demonstrate this with the help of a dumbbell, then you can feel. Okay. तो अगर मैंने अपनी एल्बो फ्लेक्स करके यहाँ पे डंबल पकड़ रखा है एट द लॉन्ग लीवर, सो जो मसल बेली हमारी इन्वॉल्व है वो है हमारी बाइसेप्स मसल्स. So biceps muscle is currently not being elongated or not being shortening. It is at a particular position and biceps हमारी under tension है at all the time because of this dumbbell. So this kind of contraction is known as isometric contraction. The length is same and it is being contracted continuously due to a tension. And this is basically an example of isometric contraction. We can have another example of isometric contraction too. Isometric contraction का दूसरा example आप सब लोग अपनी डेली की लाइफ में फील करते हैं but you have never realized it. The maintenance of the posture of our body is basically isometric contraction. I am standing straight, एकदम सीधा खड़ा हूँ तो मेरी anterior और posterior muscle chain हर वक्त काम कर रही है. That is not lengthening or shortening my body muscles, but that is maintaining my posture, and that is isometric contraction. Now let's move to isotonic contraction. So now we will study about isotonic. Isotonic means equal tone. Now what is tone? Tone is basically कि हमारी बॉडी में जब भी हमारी बॉडी रेस्ट में है या हमारी बॉडी कोई मसल रेजिस्टेंस नहीं फेस कर रही है तब भी हमारी बॉडी में पर्टिकुलर अमाउंट ऑफ टेंशन डेवलप्ड रहता है एट ऑल द टाइम्स, एंड दैट इज नोन एज टोन. बेसिकली मैं खड़ा हुआ हूँ, मेरी बॉडी में एक पर्टिकुलर टोन है. एवरी बॉडी हैज अ पर्टिकुलर डिफरेंट टोन. सो बेसिकली जो हमारे मसल्स में रेजिस्टेंस क्रिएट होती है व्हेन द बॉडी इज एट कंप्लीट रेस्ट, दैट इज नोन एज टोन. सो टोन कुड बी हाई टोन एंड अ लो टोन. व्हेन द patient has a low tone, that is known as flaccidity, and when the patient has a high tone, that is known as spasticity. You will study more about spasticity and flaccidity in the upcoming lectures. Right now let's just focus on isotonic contraction. Isotonic contraction can be of 2 types, that is concentric contraction and eccentric contraction. Now let's study about the concentric and eccentric contraction. Eccentric contraction. So concentric contraction, as the name says, means concentration of the muscle, that is shortening of the muscle. जब भी आप कोई डंबल पकड़ते हो और आप वर्कआउट कर रहे हो from the extended position to the flexed position, then you can feel your muscle is getting shortened. आप अपने 2 फिंगर्स लो, अपनी मसल बेली पे लगाओ, यहाँ पर मसल बेली पे लगाओ और फिर उसके बाद start to flex and concentrate the muscle. Then you can feel the muscle is getting shortened. ठीक है? This is known as concentric contraction. Overall work done in the concentric contraction is positive क्योंकि जो force and the movement is in the same direction. Okay, so आपकी force जो लग रही है वो इस direction में लग रही है और जो overall movement हो रहा है वो भी इसी particular direction में हो रहा है. So this is concentric contraction. Eccentric is lengthening of the muscle. Lengthening of the muscle means if you are at the completely flexed position, तो इस पोजीशन से जब हम एक्सटेंशन की तरफ जाते हैं और हम वेट कंट्रोल कर रहे हैं अपने बाइसेप्स से, तो दिस इज इसेंट्रिक कॉन्ट्रैक्शन. कॉन्ट्रैक्शन इज स्टिल हैपनिंग बट द मसल इज लेंथनिंग. ठीक है, दिस इज अ वेरी नाइस कॉन्सेप्ट. लेंथनिंग ऑफ द मसल ड्यूरिंग इसेंट्रिक कॉन्ट्रैक्शन. आप में से अगर कोई लोग जिम जाते हैं देन यू शुड नो स्लो नेगेटिव्स बोलते हैं. स्लो नेगेटिव्स बोलते हैं. नेगेटिव्स क्यों बोलते हैं? बिकॉज द डायरेक्शन ऑफ द मूवमेंट, द डायरेक्शन ऑफ द मूवमेंट इज इन अपोजिट डायरेक्शन and the force is in this direction. The force इस direction में और movement इस direction में. So the movement and the force is in the opposite direction. So overall work done is positive. Now I want you to comment in the comment section that what is the work done in isometric contraction. So now this is the last and final topic, that is isokinetic. Isokinetic means equal velocity. जब भी हम कोई फोर्स कर रहे हैं, कॉन्ट्रैक्शन हो रही है, तो वो एक पर्टिकुलर अगर वेलोसिटी के साथ हो रही है और वेलोसिटी पूरी मोशन में चेंज नहीं हो रही है, दैट इज नोन एज आइसोकिनेटिक कॉन्ट्रैक्शन. दैट इज डन बाय मोस्टली आइसोकिनेटिक मशीन्स, जो एग्जांपल आप देख सकते हैं. और ये सब ये बेसिकली इज अ फॉर्म ऑफ एक्सरसाइज मोर देन अ कॉन्ट्रैक्शन. एंड आइसोमेट्रिक, आइसोटोनिक आल्सो इस टाइप ऑफ सम टाइप ऑफ एक्सरसाइजेस दैट यू विल स्टडी इन अपकमिंग लेक्चर्स. So basically isokinetic means equal velocity when the velocities remain same throughout the motion. And this was the last topic, and now let's have a summary of the topic. So we have studied muscle contraction. Muscle contraction basically are of three types: isotonic, isometric and isokinetic. Isotonic is of two types, that is concentric and eccentric. Concentric means shortening of muscles and overall work done is positive. Eccentric means lengthening of muscles and overall work done is negative. You can write the example of biceps while using a dumbbell. Then we have isometric. Isometric means overall length remains same and the muscle is being contracted without any visible change in length or the motion of the muscle belly, and the overall work done is 0. Okay, so the overall work done is 0. And how? This you can comment. And the last is isokinetic. Isokinetic means the velocity remains same throughout the motion, and this is basically all kind of muscle contraction that you need to know about. Thank you.